Hey guys, welcome back into this new video tutorial. This is our second video with Python and Django and Flask. I've been so much used with the Django. I did some projects with the Django for some time. But it took me some good time with the Django. Now in this video today, I'm going to be talking about something new. We are going to look into how do you really create up a complete render HTML element, HTML page into our Python page. How to render them, how to behave with them, how to deal with them, how to do it by the what's the logic behind. I'm just doing some smaller project around here. Okay, this is the simple page I've been working on with, and this is my HTML page. So I'm going to just take a very small piece of time, or just short period of time, some few time to generate, to talk about this, and we get to know how can you get started with the Django and Python, Flask and Python. How do you create a complete HTML page? Like this is a complete HTML page. It is a complete HTML page. If you really cross check, it is a complete HTML page, like you've seen. We can even add CSS onto it. We can even do all of those possible stuff that we may think of talking about doing. We can actually do in this page. So how do you do that? How do you really talk about it? What do you really need to come up with that? So for now, let me just see how we can come up with that given stuff. So I'm going to go back to my page. This is my page, the previous page we have been talking with. And now maybe as I may explain to you, or as I may say, this is what I've been just working up with right now, and we're going to do something relative just like this. So but I just want us to take just some few period of time, and then we talk about what we really need to come up with to generate out that. We remember when we are dealing with this page, let me just break this down off so that we can have a chance to do our things. Let me just break that. Okay, that implies now when I refresh this page, I should get an empty screen, so I shouldn't have that anymore. So that's it, that's good. Now I'm going to take back to our project where I've been working on with to generate what we need. This was our previous project. So let's see how we can do that. So what I'm going to do now, just explain you from this piece of line of code. What you're going to do now as moment, my friends, is to generate. We no longer need this render. I'm going to just comment. So with Python we use hash. Don't comment that line of code. We don't need it anymore. So in simple terms, that's a line which we say we want to find of something else to bring back to render to us. You get? So I'm just going to come back here like this, so that's where you're going to return something. I hope you are going to return something there. So we are going to return something there, with something at the moment I have not yet known. So we are going to think of a page. Now let me just explain to you. If you've been following me, we should be in the same track. Now there's something that I want us to put in our mind. I've commented this very line of code because I know you guys, you are going to be doing some changes to it. So instead of removing it off, I'm just commenting it for you guys who maybe are going to join us for the first time. You can actually get know where we really happen to end on this video. I said there's something we are going to add on our page which will look later to this. So I'm going to explain them on this piece of line of code on this page. Now remember, when you happen to say maybe a return here maybe simple HTML, let me just say we're going to return the HTML. If you really go back to our page and we go inside here on our page, and I say Flask start up that piece of code, line of code for us, we are going to discover that actually going to be lining up the code, and I think you can see it's now popping up on our browser. If I refresh here, we should get something like HTML, which is good. But now the main point is this: we don't want to just give out a simple text. We don't want to just come up with to generate up a simple line of code of HTML within the same page. We want them to come from somewhere, like maybe say my personal maybe website, if that's what we are going to generate, something like what I did previously. So if you cross check here, it's going to generate in the format of HTML. Sorry. Okay, in this format, my personal website. So we want this one, my personal website. This is no longer HTML. This is no longer plain text. This is now HTML, and I think you can see it even brings the bold text, blah blah, things like that. I know some of you about asking, how about if also I happen to come in here and I put a paragraph like P? Does it come out? I don't know. Let me test for you guys and simply say maybe this is my first paragraph. If that is okay also with you guys, if you refresh this page and try to cross check, I think you can see it's generating up the paragraph. Now it will look very tiresome. Think of it my friends. Yes, the thing is coming up, but you're going to look too sad, you're going to look too it's going to weigh so much. So instead of doing such kind of funny things, we need somewhere to render our HTML page. We need to create up another different page that can actually definitely generate for us another simple HTML page instead of using this one. Now what we're going to do now at the moment is to think of a way. Whenever dealing up with the Java, with the Python and Flask, we create up another file called templates. You get? We create up another file called templates. This file called templates is going to be helping us to render all HTML pages. So you just go underneath your page here and right click and create a folder. For now on my video, the folder I'm going to give here is going to be called templates, like that. Make sure there's S on the end, so templates. So when I click there, we have a folder called templates. Now inside the templates is where we create up any file that we need. So if I click there, right click, I create a new folder. I may just give it any folder name, may give it any name to our folder, may give it a name, like maybe should I call to home? So let me just call to home for now. Home.html. Remember that it's going to be rendering HTML, all those stuff. So if you have already your files and you want to come and bring them inside Python, you need to put them inside templates. Okay, you need to create a template folder that will be handling up your HTML files or the CSS file if at all you want to work with them. So inside here, I'm just going to make life simple by generating up a simple that, and I'm going to call it home, maybe home page. Okay, and I simply say maybe Flask with Python and HTML, like that. Now that's just my simple page around here. So inside here, I'm going to just generate that simple whatever, and I say maybe say we're talking about Facebook. So if that's our first page called Facebook, you can even go further and add up your own personal CSS around this page. Remember, this is a complete HTML page. It's a complete HTML page, and you are going to put inside templates. So that implies the all behavior, other behaviors of HTML can always be taken over, can always be worked on, because we're going to be running up the server, which is going to be generating up all those kind of scripts within our page. So if I happen to come back there and I say Facebook, and I just simply come back down here on the page and I simply say maybe welcome to Facebook. If that's the case, I'm just going to take that for now. Now if you go back in our page and try to refresh, you're not going to get anything. Instead you are getting up what's known as my personal website. So what we're going to do now at the moment, we need to learn something called the render. Now there's something called the render that actually I don't know why this thing confuses me nowadays. I'm talking about JavaScript. I don't know why, but okay, now I'm going to sort my tongue now. I'm going to slap it so that it can contain the version. Now whenever you're dealing up with Python with Flask and you want to render up any HTML page inside your Python script, what you have to do, we have to look onto something. There's something that Python tend to do, Flask. We need to learn something called render. So I'm going to put semicolon, then I put something called render up for us, something called template. Now this is what you have to come up with on your page. Now instead of turning up this HTML page of ours, we need to turn up something called we need to render up our page. We need to render up that page, to render up the new page, which is called home.html. So I'm going to simply say render for me underscore the template, whereby this time around the template we are rendering is called actually home.html. You see, so you rendering up the home.html is going to give us a chance that we shall be in a position to actually generate the HTML page inside the Python script. Okay, so I hope you guys have followed my steps very well. This first page, we have retained it as it is, or you can even name it as whatever name you want to give it. There's no big deal. But don't forget, inside the Python script, inside the templates, we happen to create up a simple HTML page where we can even go further on the title or on the head of our page, and we also generate up there a simple style. You get? You can even create up external CSS, or even you can go back there and start talking about with your own simple HTML and try to give one on us your own personal CSS within the page. You get? Like now, that's it. What I can talk about. Imagine giving that I can go back again still on the border of this page and also talk about actually giving it also maybe the background color to this page to be something like CECE like that, if that's okay with us. And then I can also go to the H1 element and try to add my own other personal stuff where I can talk of the text align center, padding to be of maybe 5 pixels, maybe background to be maybe let me say light blue. You get? Yes, light blue, if that's okay with us. Text align center, padding light blue, that's it. The color of our text to be maybe actually white. This we shall be changing and learning how to see it later on. So if I also go to our paragraph at the moment, I can also give it maybe color to be actually blue. You get? And also add some padding to it of maybe also 5 pixels. So if you cross check right now on our page and I refresh here, we should have something like this within our page. Why are we getting all this? Why are we coming up with this? Now we are coming up with a complete JavaScript, so complete Python page. This one I can actually change it to maybe CF like that, which is going to make our page really look nice to being typed. You get? If that's not good, you can actually change this off and just turn it to gray. So I think you can see now I'm actually changing up our CSS page. There's some space around here is because I'm not using up the padding. I'm not dealing up with the containers, you get. But definitely we could actually think of a way how we can actually add containers within our page. We can actually add containers in our page so that we can generate up a given stuff within our page. So I think you can see that. Just welcome to Facebook. You can go back here. I can change this one to maybe to be white, things like that. So I think you can see the script is actually generating up that stuff for us. So I think you can see it's generating up all that stuff. So if I refresh here, I think you can see welcome to Facebook. If that's okay with us, by the way, how do like Facebook look like? Just try to refresh the page. Look on how Facebook will look like. Okay, this is it. So Facebook look like that. So I can think of a way how to come up with some line that maybe make me come back with that. So I can think of maybe I think EF can maybe work. Hope that EF may work for us. Wow, that's good. So EF is already working, so I need to change this background of us to I'm just going to change that one to blue, which is okay for now. And I think you can see the other side is actually blue, so light blue. This background to that is going to be blue. So if we check that, we really have something nice to that. Now my friends, I think this video has been very short and maybe interesting for you guys. I've really shown you now today how do you really come up with a complete simple page with with the Python and Flask for now. This is like our second video. So on the next video, I'm only going to show you how to create up more pages and render them inside something called Python script. So I think you guys, you can see from here, we are not even seeing. Someone was going to ask me maybe a question, why is that I'm not seeing your home.html here? You see, how does it really work? Do I need to give a / and then I say home.html to generate up the given page? And if that's the case, why is it giving me not found? And yet for sure we have this page in us. Are you getting me? Oh, does it mean we need to give a for column here and say home.html? You get? So I think it is interesting. Python is really interesting. Now I may answer that question on the next video. My friends, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't hesitate, no? Subscribe so that we feel like we move together. So that's how you can actually come up with a simple HTML page inside inside Python and Flask. So guys, stay safe. Thank you guys. Hope you're going to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, love you. Thank you.